I look like a douchebag. Still a douchebag. Hey guys, so today I finally decided I'm going to share one of my recipes with you. I'm going to make my 3-layer protein cheesecake. We'll start off with vanilla bean, then a chocolate, then a honeycomb layer with a nut base. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to do things a little bit differently to a normal cooking segment. I'm not going to show you me cutting up stuff because seriously, ain't nobody got time for that. I'm going to start off with the base. So put your oven on about 180 degrees. Let's get started cooking. Alright, so first you're going to need a large mixing bowl, food processor. You can either use a big one or a little one depending on what you've got. If you don't have a food processor, get a blender. Turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. We're going to start off with some pecans. Reset, reset. Good. So what we're going to do, we're going to put this in the food processor. We don't want to grind them down too much. We want them a bit like a couscous-like type thing, like thick sand. Want a bit of a crunch, like if you like your nuts. Okay, that was a bad joke, but if you do, get the joke. Sunflower seeds. So we're going to put the sunflower seeds in the food processor as well. Coconut. I got 2 lovely coconuts. Rolled oats. If you can get gluten-free oats, they're a lot better, but if you can't, I like to use the macro organic ones. I prefer anything organic, to be honest. I'm going to chuck that into the food processor as well. That's another video. I'm going to add 50 grams coconut sugar and 50 grams of brown sugar. I normally just use brown sugar or coconut sugar, but because it is a thinner grain, the coconut sugar, it's sometimes harder for it to stick together. So the next thing we're going to add is the oil or butter. You can use either one. I prefer to use Macadamia Oil. You've got to melt the butter. If you do put butter in it, you find that it is not combining. Just add more oil or more butter. It's not going to hurt, but don't overdo it. Or put it in the food processor altogether. Keep on rubbing it in. Don't know why I'm singing. I need to put some music on. They won't be able to hear me sing. And I should never sing. I have some mental issues. There's a lot of rubbing action going on, you know. Well, I am pretty good at it. What? Thumb cramps, thumb cramps. Oh, God, I'm a messy cook. You know what they say, messy cooks are a good cook. I actually said that the other day. My mum looked at me weird and said, "What, you trying to say I'm not a good cook?" And I just spat on my arm. Okay guys, so it shouldn't be too moist. That's what she said. So the next thing you're going to need, a round cake tin. You want it pretty deep as well. That's what she said. You're also going to need some baking paper. Grease up your tin. I just use butter. It's very lubricanty. That's what she said. Okay, so put your baking paper in. So make sure it's covered all the way up to the top on every side. Once that's all in, grab your mixture, push that down. Now the thickness you want it is about 1 centimeter thick. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to cut off around the edges before putting it in the oven. So, shit. Get in there. Oh my God. And no, I'm not having sex with the drawer. That seriously did look like I was having sex with the drawer. So we're going to cut around, leave it a little bit over the edge. I'm going to put that in the oven. We're only going to put it in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Just wait for it to go a light brown. We don't want it too dark, but we don't want it too light either. So put that in at about 180 degrees Celsius. So I've taken my base out the oven. It's cooled down now. I've let it cool down for about 20 minutes or so. Okay, let's start our filling. Time for the filling, the fun part. So we're going to be using 450 grams of Philadelphia cheese. If you don't want your cheesecake as thick as I do, I like it pretty thick. That's what she said. Cheesecake. Just half the ingredients. It's going to be our sour cream. Now we want to use a light to no fat sour cream. It is 110 grams of egg whites, or meals, either one. We're going to want to add now half a cup of stevia, just to give it that sweet taste. So it would have been smart for me to put this in first before putting the egg whites in here, because now it is all stuck. The next thing we're going to add is our ricotta, which we're going to need 950 grams, which I haven't got out yet. Just realised I didn't get the ricotta, so I'm just going to head out and get the ricotta. Make sure you have all your ingredients. Okay, got my ricotta. Like I said, remember to have all your ingredients, especially the main ingredient. Next thing is going to be our flour. We're going to add 60 grams of protein powder. So we're going to put about 1.5 to 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, a pinch of salt, bang. So leave the oven on about 160 to 180. Okay, so we're going to put all our ingredients together. No hands! As you can see, it's nice and thick. That's what she said. There's no lumps now, all the lumps are out. Put about 1/3 of this as the first layer. So we don't want to make it too thick, but now what we're going to do as well, we're going to cook each layer individually. Reason being, we want it to cook all the way through. We don't want it too hard or too soft. If we don't cook each layer, what will happen is the top layer will go hard, which we don't want that to happen. We want it to have that nice creamy texture still. So I'm going to chuck that in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. While that is cooking, the first layer, grab a small mixing bowl. Now we're going to separate this mixture into half. We're going to add chocolate protein. You might be thinking, wow, he's already added a lot of protein already, why is he adding more? But the thing with protein is, when you cook it, you kind of kill some of the protein anyway. So it's not really a lot. Put it in the mixer. I got it all over me. The next thing we're going to do, in our last one, some honeycomb. And we're going to mix that in. Okay, so it's been about 15 minutes, so I'm going to take out our first layer. Next we're going to add our chocolate layer. Put it back in the oven for another 10 to 15 minutes. Just so you can see, so it's slightly changing colour. Okay, so I'm about to take out the chocolate layer now, so we can put the last layer on. So it's looking nice and high. Okay, so we're going to put the final layer in. We're going to put this in for about 20 minutes or so. We want a light brown on top. Not too dark, not too light, just so it looks like it's cooked all the way through. So I've had the cheesecake in there for about 20 to 25 minutes. It should be about ready now, so I'm just going to take it out. Put it on a cooling tray. It is a bit jiggly, but that's fine. We don't want it too hard. It is brown around the edges. So leave it, for about 2 hours, and we'll come back and we'll take it out and see how it looks. So I've just taken the cheesecake out the fridge. It's been in there for 24 hours. Now we can finally eat it. Okay, so you can actually see the 3 layers. Eat it. I wanna eat my cheesecake. It looks so good. That concludes my 3-layer protein cheesecake. Let me know your thoughts. Write them down below. Give me the thumbs up. All the thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I still don't know which side it's on. Just click on the subscribe button. Wherever it may be, I need as many subscribers as possible. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr at Kaine's Way. Try making the cheesecake yourself. Let me know how yours turned out. Also, I am trying to figure out a name to call this segment. So if you have any ideas, just hashtag Kaine's Way and let me know what I should call it. Alright guys, ciao! Bye! This works. No, it doesn't. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm gonna swap back. You're a crazy motherfucker. Crazy, crazy motherfucker. Crazy. You are cray cray. You are cray cray. This.